You can have some. We got popsicles, pretzels, marshmallows. Pick one real quick, huh? Sure. Conversations with that boy are
Wow, that was great. I'm
mind-boggling some days. I still don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Your eyeballs are they shells?
Yeah, it's
Eyeball sounds?
too soft to be shells, I think.
That's great.
Jason, you look like you got some sun.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
By the way, Jason, you're gonna have to like expose yourself a lot more.
Let's rephrase that, huh?
No.
I don't want
what do you
Jason
mean?
exposing
Turn
himself
Exactly
at all.
what I meant.
I am not wearing pants, but you want me to turn the light on?
Yeah. Well, whatever. Not your room light, but do you have like you have your ring light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like in the last couple of videos, you're just too dark. I know you like it that way, but that's not okay.
Why is the bottom half of your face like pale, but the top half is red? Were you wearing a scarf the whole time?
What do you mean?
No, it's his beard.
Oh, yeah, that's probably it.
Pale, yeah, it's gray beard.
It just like it cuts off right here, so
Yeah.
it's like red, white.
And you can like see like where your glasses probably were or something.
Yeah, where sunglasses were sitting
Yeah.
because you had to have been wearing sunglasses the whole time.
Nope,
There's
never
no way-
worn a pair of sunglasses. And I also learned over the weekend, if I'm gonna go do that type of shit, I should wear sunglasses.
Yeah,
But no, I was just wearing
and
these.
sunscreen. Sunscreen would be a good idea too.
Yeah, more than once a day. That's what I learned.
It's like that episode of Scrubs where they go to the Bahamas and Ted's wearing all that
Yeah.
sunscreen. They're like, "What? Got enough on?" There's like, "My skin drinks it."
Welcome back, everybody, to B&B Banter Bros Goes to the Movies. I am Timothy Bennett, your host of tonight, and with me is Jason Sunburn Chandler
Hey.
and
Ow.
Aaron Banyan.
What up?
Crippled. Aaron Crippled Banyan. I got some winners over here, guys. Seriously.
I do like that you said that you were the host of tonight, as though you don't host every other night.
Hey, some people don't know who the fuck I am.
I mean, you gave your name, which was fine. You should have said, "I'm your host, Timothy Bennett."
For those who don't
I mean,
know,
you're not
that I'm
wrong. You
hosting-
are the host of tonight. So.
and every night.
Yeah.
We do this. All right, tonight we are talking about episode 4 of Hulu's original series, Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
This was a really good
This
one.
It was really good. I thought the last episode was good. Fuck. This one just,
This had so much shit going on in it.
oh God, it was great. It was great. So I'm going to dive into the little detail here of this episode. So this episode's title is Here's Looking at You. Bro.
Dot, dot, dot.
Here's Looking at You. I was set on this. I couldn't figure out if it was a good title for the for the episode. You know what I mean? Because I got the other titles worked.
Yeah, there was just so many layers to this title.
Yeah. So like, I don't know.
You landed on yes, though, right?
No,
I didn't give him an
it was
option.
very inconclusive. I just felt like I accepted that it's just the title. I couldn't pinpoint why it should be called this particular. Like the other ones, you would really see where it was. Like the first episode, person of interest makes sense. Everybody was a person of interest, and framed Makes sense. They're all being framed. Although I do feel like person of interest should have been called Recall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, this episode is an unexpected visitor reveals hidden secrets about the inner workings of the Arconia, which was dope. And Charles reveals that he was once recorded a hit single.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was huge in Germany. He totally went David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
But
Well, even with
like,
that line, do
Jimmy
you have
Buffett's-
a perm? He's like, oh, you
Yeah.
can make fun of it all you want, but that was a top 100 in Germany.
So Jim at work was listening to this album on Spotify. It's on Spotify. Like it's out there. You can listen to the album or the whatever.
Angel and flip flops.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Fucking sick.
So and he showed me, and I'm like, oh
That's
my
gonna
God.
be my new ringtone.
Yeah, right. So, did you guys like it? Was
I
it a
love
good
this
episode?
episode. I thought it was a great episode.
Fuck yeah, Jason.
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, Steve Martin gave a shout out to Del the Funky Homo Sapiens. So
That was I was
I'm
surprised
sold.
by that too. I was like, holy shit. That was the one that really got because like the Post Malone and Missy Elliott, like I was like, that seems fair. And then he was like, oh,
Yep.
and he said Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, God damn you guys.
Yep.
You think
I
of
thought
everything.
Martin Short was great in this one. Martin Short like returned to like true comedic form in this one. It felt like
Yeah, Selena Gomez is the only one that had like very little dialogue.
yeah,
don't think
but she
she-
did it well, and she was
she
kind
did.
of funny too.
Yeah.
Exactly. How
No,
she
like-
reacted with a lady younger than her.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that because
Yeah,
I
we'll get
thoroughly
into that,
enjoyed
for
that
sure.
entire scene. Fuck it, let's just talk about that one. Let's dive into that.
Right. It's pretty much the beginning. Yeah.
So, who was the secret visitor that we got?
Lucy.
yeah.
And who was Lucy?
From the first season, you learned that Charles had what is essentially becomes a stepdaughter, and Lucy is the name of the stepdaughter. He basically, when his wife left, she said no contact, so he hasn't spoken to her for 8 years, and then he finally texted her, one episode last season.
It was the finale, I think.
Was it the finale? I couldn't remember.
I think
think
so.
so.
Yeah, I think
It
he
might be.
texted at the
Season 1 finale.
But he texted her, and you find out that they started texting back and forth. So like they've regained contact,
Yeah. Yep.
and she shows up at his trailer. He shows up for Brazos, like to do his new Brazos, and they try to put him in a
Uncle.
wheelchair with dementia.
Yeah.
And he's mad because he's like, you can't spring this stuff on me. It was like,
I need 5 minutes.
Spring this stuff on me. He walks on the trailer, and there she is, Lucy,
right.
spring her.
And I did like that it was a hesitation. Like he didn't know right away if it was Lucy. And you didn't get this like shock of like
8 years, yeah.
It was more of like, Lucy? Like, is that
Yeah.
you? Like he was just slightly unsure. And it made sense that we know that's 8 years. She's
Yeah.
grown.
8
so,
years, no contact.
Yeah. And I like
Though
that. That was a slight detail I really enjoyed.
Yeah, the
Though
moment of
oddly enough-
comprehension and a second it took it to sink in.
Yeah.
My one caveat to that whole thing is we established in that episode also that like she's sent him like at least one picture. Is it crazy to not think that she would have sent him a picture of herself?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Because
mean?
we didn't see
I
the
don't-
face
I-
though.
No, but that's what I mean. Like she's already sent like one picture. Why wouldn't we think that she would have sent a selfie or something like that of her after 8 years? Like it just
He
it's just
probably
one of
didn't know
those
how to
things
open
where,
it.
But he got the first one. He got the original
Oh.
one. That,
I think
I
you're
don't
just
know,
being
you know what I
too
mean?
presumptuous about
Am I being
people.
too nitpicky about that?
Yeah,
Like
I
I,
think-
just, and it's not, and I didn't even think about it till just now. So like, it's not like I have a big problem with it.
Right.
Right.
It just like it was like a thought I just had.
I mean, just because I
You're
send
probably
one
not
dick
wrong.
pic to somebody doesn't mean I send it to everybody. So
I don't know if that's the same thing.
I don't know if we're on the same page.
my point is you're trying to say that she would have probably have sent other pictures, but you can't assume that. You know, that could have been
mean,
the
I
whole
can. I
focus
think
of
I
that
just did.
picture. The whole focus of that picture to begin with was that latte spilling on a wedding dress or the bridesmaid's
bridesmaid
dress.
dress.
So what's the point of a face when that's the whole focus? And she's a kid anyway.
How
Right.
old is she, by the way?
I don't know. I was going to ask you guys
It's hard
that.
to tell.
You get the impression she's like 15.
I
She's not
No.
driving, so I get the impression she's like 14 or 15.
Yeah, so that's what I thought was like 13 or 14 or
because
still
the
under
flashback
18.
in the beginning, she was pretty fucking small. So
yeah, but she didn't
could have
look like,
been
she
like,
looked like she could have been my kid's age, and he's going to be 8. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
8
yeah, think
years
about
onto
at
that,
least
that
8
puts her at
years.
16.
15,
Yeah.
16. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, somewhere
definitely
between 14 and 16.
definitely
Yeah.
under 18. I didn't get the sense
Oh,
that
yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely a
absolutely.
child still.
Yeah.
But how'd you like the character?
Fast pace.
Yeah, she's really.
I-
She's much.
If
Yeah,
if her
she's
character is on drugs or pills, I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't know.
Well, especially because she mentions to Mabel in
Yeah.
that conversation, you could probably really easily get Xannies or Klonopins. And I was like, really? We're pulling those out?
It's like what I can't keep up. And neither could Selena, and it was a nice.
That part was great.
Yeah.
That was my favorite scene
Yeah.
in this episode. Was that whole conversation where Steve Martin is just looking at, trying to keep up and like.
Did you not enjoy the text conversation when he's like, "Oh, your mom's getting married, good for her," and like she
Yeah.
just replies, "Bet," and he's
Bet.
like, "Bet."
I wrote
How
that down,
much?
yeah.
How much?
And then he like
Yeah.
he like erased. He's like,
Yeah.
just put the phone down.
Yeah,
That's
He
me,
gave up.
by the way.
Yeah, I was
With this
mad.
new lingo, like I like. Look, okay.
I don't approve of this bet and how the motherfuckers use it nowadays. It doesn't make sense.
I've never heard it. I've never heard anybody say bet.
I've heard people using it.
Not like that.
The newest one I don't
Bet's
like
been
is
around
like
for a
people
while.
going say less, and I'm like, what happened to say no more? Like, why couldn't we just
Right.
keep that statement?
We already had
Why did,
this.
why did we have to change it to say no more? What the fuck?
I still don't approve of fire and lit. What was the one?
I
the one
stopped trying. I stopped
What was the
trying to
other one,
approve that
Jason?
one.
you told me another.
bussin'. That shit's bussin'. And then
I know what that means. I don't
that
like
lingo
it.
is no
What
cap.
about the no cap?
No lie. No.
I don't
yeah,
understand that one
I
either.
don't get that.
No cap means no lie. It's
I mean, I know
ridiculous.
what it
No,
means.
it
I just
doesn't.
don't understand
Oh,
it.
okay,
I don't
yeah.
understand like
That's not-
the correlation between the two.
But
I just don't
before we
approve of
start
it.
dating ourselves any further, yeah, the bet thing, I was cracking up, and how he goes, how much or whatever, that was great.
Him trying to talk to his phone, like to do voice to
Oh,
text,
yeah.
is another thing that I do. Like
was
I don't talk
great.
to my phone, but like it would not be surprising for me to have typed all that shit out, trying
Yep.
to type the right stuff, and to be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, the greatest. I mean, this is comedy at its best, though. Is like, how many times did he spent like a good minute doing that when he could have
Yep.
just texted or typed it once and
Yeah.
been done? So,
Yeah.
I just
But no, he's
that
too
was
stubborn.
fucking hilarious. Yeah, it was great. Like that was fucking hilarious.
I know more than you do, robot.
Right?
I thought he was trying to do something a young person does, like talk to their phone or get,
Right.
try to get that to work in a
No,
sense
that
of
was
like,
that was Martin Short when he's leaving. He's like, "We'll talk later, dog."
oh yeah,
Yeah. Don't you ever say that?
don't you
again.
ever say that. Again.
Yeah, that was the best part of Mabel in the back. Don't ever say that again.
I loved when Mabel's sitting there at the table, and Lucy just goes off, and she pulls the whole Steve Martin moment, just like,
Yeah. Hey guys, is the adult business done? I'll give you $200.
Yeah,
you know? I thought that was great
That was good.
because she's technically young, but she's
Right.
still
Yeah.
30.
She's in between. She's like in the in between. Like she's still on Instagram and like fucking
Right.
Twitter. And like the new age is like all about TikTok, which is what it's showing.
yeah. They showed what place her position in between the generations.
Yeah.
With
And
Lucy.
I did think it was funny when Lucy's like, "Do you think that adult convo situation seemed a little queer?"
See, like
Oh,
queer
yeah.
code or something
Yeah,
like
queer
that.
code or something.
She's like,
He's
no,
it's a
it's
little
old
old code.
It's old code.
Well, and the way he's holding Martin Short's hand, he's like, "We're gonna go do our adult business now," and like pulls him out of the
Yeah, it seemed like there was going to be some really touchy going on.
right.
I just saw that like they were just improvising and like we're gonna hold hands somehow and not look at each other and find a way to get it done. And they're just being those two friendly comedian
Yep.
fuckers.
The discovery of the murder weapon in the knife block.
Oh God, that was great too. Gosh, you guys
you
not
watch
wash your
these?
knives off?
I love when Martin Short takes it from her and they're trying to walk out and like, oh, the cops are gonna be coming any second or something about the cops coming. And all of a sudden someone's like hitting the
knocks
door.
on the door.
And he just and this is Martin Short returning to comedic form. He just screams, "Why am I holding this knife?" And just throws it up into the ceiling.
I love that they threw it up. It's a trope. We've seen it a dozen times.
Yeah.
But this was just so perfect because they keep looking at it
Yeah.
while they're talking, expecting it to fall.
And the callback to it at the end of the episode when
Yeah.
oh, blah blah, and it falls down like, oh, that.
Because so much happens in
That's
this
my cue.
episode, you forget about it.
I know
So when
exactly
it
where I
falls
need
on
to
the
be.
floor and they're kind of doing a recap, it falls on the floor. You're even like, oh yeah. Right
yeah.
when the character's
sure.
like, oh yeah, we got to add this. To
I know
the
I
list of shit
was
to
because
do
I was
now.
like, oh yeah, that was up in the
Oh,
ceiling.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
I said the same
Fuck.
thing. I was like, oh.
But yeah, so much shit happens in this
then, like,
episode.
I like how Martin Short, he's like, and that's my cue.
Yeah. Martin
How did you like
Short.
the return of some characters?
Oh yeah,
Did-
Teddy.
Yeah.
son?
Teddy and
What-
Theo, and one other one was returned.
What was it? What have I been saying? What have I been saying the
I
past
don't know.
couple episodes?
I don't listen to some of that stuff.
I was saying that I think it's those guys are the murderers. And then here it is. Because you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure they're in jail. Now we know they're not.
Right,
Yeah.
they're
They're
awaiting
awaiting
trial,
trial.
with the fucking ankle bracelet on.
Yeah. I did like.
Why does it seem like Theo, who we finally remember what the son's name is Theo.
Teddy.
Why is it that Theo is leaving the apartment? Isn't he secluded to his under house arrest himself?
He might not live there.
Well, that's what I mean.
Then why is he there?
Why is he leaving either way?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe the dad rolled over
Teddy?
on himself, like took all the blame to say, hey, he's innocent. You know
That
what I'm
could be
saying?
it.
And then
Yeah.
maybe
But he
he's
says-
running free. So
Because we don't know what that. We missed a lot of information
Well,
in their
Teddy
argument.
says that Theo's awaiting trial too.
That
when he's
could have
talking
been
to
a
Martin
ply.
Short. That could have been.
or
why would he tell him anything?
That
It
little
could be
end
less-
monologue between
less,
those two was pretty good.
Dude,
Yeah.
that elevator wasn't. Did anybody get little like shivers? Like I got a little shivery. I was like, oh my god, that's so uncomfortable.
I felt
that's so
about
awkward.
it
Yeah,
the
you
same
could
as
cut the
Martin
tension
Short
in
did,
that
yeah.
elevator with a knife.
And Nathan,
Nathan Lane was not nearly
just-
as funny as I, always remember Nathan Lane being.
No.
He was actually kind of sinister.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah.
Like he was very unsettling for not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
when he just leans back into the elevator, he's like, "I'm going to fuck you."
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I was like, "What?" that
fuck you
monologue
hard.
was
I'm gonna fuck you.
fantastic.
I don't know how. I don't know when, but I'm gonna fuck you, and I'm gonna fuck you hard.
So when you dip your finger into one of my dips that you love so much, you'll realize you're choking a giant bowl of fuck.
Yep. I thought that was great. I really did.
Yeah,
Namaste.
Martin Short's reaction, body language it was just, I don't know. It had me smile.
What was
You're
the
just like,
big
I don't know what to say. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Fucking, I want this to stop.
And once again, like that's what I think that made everything that entire scene so intense. Like I got the shivers almost because I'm like, I would hate to be in that situation. Like
Right?
you just put
I
this
couldn't-
guy in jail for all this shit, and now you have to be stuck in an elevator. It's the elevator that you get the weird situations in. So I'm starting
They
to realize
use the
There's nowhere to
elevator
go.
so
You
well in
can't
this show.
exit. You can't
Yeah.
exit the situation from an elevator. Like
Right.
So you're forced to confront
you're
whatever's
forced.
happening.
it's perfect. But I love how much they do it. Like I love that they utilize that extremely well. Because in reality, elevators are very uncomfortable places. You
Yeah.
meet strangers, you get weird things, you fart in an elevator and you're stuck. So
Yeah.
like it's just uncomfortable in general. And then they just amplify the uncomfortableness to a whole other level with all this other weird shit, murders. And it's great.
Exactly what they should do for a goddamn TV show.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that Teddy character, he had a lot of subs in that box, didn't he? Like
Yeah, well, they're from
sandwiches?
his restaurant. He's probably just gearing
okay,
up for
just-
his week.
Yeah.
Well, because he also says Theo's coming over later to talk and
Right.
stuff. So he's probably got dinner for him and his kid.
But it
Yeah.
seemed like there was more than 5 in there.
well,
But anyway.
he's not skinny, so.
And there was a few subs and there's dips and whatever the fuck.
And who knows?
He runs
It
a
might
Greek
be like-
restaurant, so there's probably a lot of hummus.
And he didn't
Probably.
offer any Martin Short. That's all he should have known. He was mad. Who's
how
the
did
third new character or reoccurring character?
Right at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
yeah.
Steve Martin goes back to jail
Yep.
and meets up with Jan.
Unknown caller.
I know.
Because he's got what? He's got a phone full of just like
Yeah.
missed calls from unknown caller.
What was her
I
name?
like
Jane?
his,
Jan?
Jan.
Jan. Yeah.
You're right, she'll kill you.
I saw it coming as soon as I don't know. You saw the unknown caller or whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of just popped in my mind that was going to be her.
It didn't, but I mean, obviously, the second I saw that he was in jail, I knew who he was going to see.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
before they
inevitable
panned
at
to
that
her.
point. But
What were you gonna say, Tim?
how did you like the new Discovery?
Of the crawl or the?
Yeah,
The Arcatacombs.
yeah, and I thought that was
Nice.
brilliant
That's
line
what it
too.
is.
That was good.
As he's back in it, he's leveling up.
Well, this is part
They
of
snuck
why
it in there. They squeezed it in there like the elevator, but I'm sure they'll explain it later.
I feel like this is part of why the episode was called "Looking at You" because
Yeah.
they basically spy on a bunch of people,
It's true,
and it's
I
also
didn't think
about Lucy
that.
wanting to be seen by Charles because she hasn't
Yeah.
seen him in 8 years.
Yeah,
So there's some layers to that title, but
And it's
yeah,
usually the quote is, "Here's looking at you, kid." It's
Yeah.
like John Wayne, right? And,
no, I think it's Cary Grant
okay, yeah, old school.
or
yeah, it's classic.
whoever was from Casablanca was like Humphrey Bogart.
That's
No, that was Here Looking at You, Sweetheart.
But yeah, the
Fuck,
catacombs.
this is something I don't want to get into.
I don't care.
There's that flashback of Lucy when she, then she hides. That walk, that person with the mask and the flashlight, they had a certain walk to him. Was that the guy that was?
I don't even know that it was a mask. They were just shadowed very well.
Okay.
Well, they
I'm
had
not even
a
sure they were
ski
wearing
mask.
a mask.
Really? I thought they had a
Okay,
black mask.
I did not see a ski mask, so
Yeah, they were wearing
maybe
like
that
a
was on
ski
me.
mask. But there's still two suspects that I feel like it could be, and I think it could still be Theo, and I think that it could be the cat guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
The
With-
walk
with the
reminded me of the
sneeze,
cat guy.
With the sneeze from all the dust, because
Yeah.
I feel like that's how they're gonna figure out who it is. They're gonna find
Yeah.
out somebody that's
Yeah.
like,
Somebody's gonna
dust.
sneeze later. I thought
Yeah.
the same thing.
That's why I was like, that's why they put that fucking sneeze in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling it's either the cat guy or because I swear I saw a tie and like a button-up
Oh.
shirt on the person. I think it's that therapist that lives in the building. Or I have a feeling
Oh, I
it could be that therapist
forgot.
that lives in the building.
Huh.
He's the one in the first season that talks about like it interfering with his practice.
Yeah.
I don't think you get too much. It'll be interesting if they get more out of that character in the next couple episodes. I'll feel better about that prediction
You know what?
from there on in.
I think it's Sting.
That'd be amazing. Or,
Just because it would be fucking great if it was Sting. He just
I-
comes back and he's just pissed about it. And
it would be great.
Amy
if it was
Schumer took his
Schumer.
apartment, so he's fucking I gotta murder people now.
Right.
It would be great if it was Amy Schumer because then we just see the police beat her with batons
That'd be great.
or their flashlights, one of the two.
Our first episode of season 2 with no Amy Schumer.
Yes.
Lord of mercy.
Not even any reference to her.
No,
Right.
that
Wait,
makes it
She
even
wasn't in the
better.
last episode, but there was reference to her last episode.
I think they said her name once, but I don't remember.
I don't think she
No,
said
it was
it at
last
all in this
episode.
one.
Okay.
Not in this one, yeah. Last episode they said her name. That was what I mean.
Oh,
by the
yeah,
fact they
yeah.
referenced her.
The bunny
This one that
episode.
you get nothing out of that.
And it was fantastic. I loved it so much.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I thought in the catacombs bit, like when they're spying on Nina, and then all of a sudden her and her boyfriend start like getting hot
Having
and heavy,
sex on
and
the table.
and like, oh, this is
Oh, yeah.
unethical. And like they try to go away, and then you hear is like, is it okay for the baby?
Yeah.
You guys
I
like
wouldn't
that?
have- I wouldn't have caught it, but I have subtitles on, so like.
So do I.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Same thing. Same with the don't you ever say that again. You know?
Yeah, I would have
I-
missed it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard her talking, but if it wasn't for the subtitles, I may have not caught all of what she said.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Same.
It's an old people thing.
Right.
We need
helpful.
subtitles. It helps.
Jason, you should look into it.
I suppose I
can't
just got my
see
new
it
glasses.
either.
I can see now. The C jokes are over, Tim. Until I break
Finally
and
got his
lose
own
these
pair of
again.
glasses instead of stealing them from his son.
Yeah, I'm straight. The Nina interrogation scene when she water breaks and all that shit. You get.
We
that was-
gotcha. Come clean.
Spill it. And she's like,
Yeah,
Water
it was
breaks. Which Kaylee was watching it with me, and she's sitting right next to me. She's like, "Oh, so that's what it looks like when your water breaks everywhere."
I'm sure it's exaggerated, hopefully, but
She
yeah.
was being sarcastic because that's not what
Yeah.
happens. It's
Yeah.
not like really
Okay.
how it goes. It doesn't just squirt everywhere like that. It's like you pee
I mean, unless
yourself.
you're standing bow-legged, like then
yeah,
it
you
might.
have to.
I mean,
You'd be
if
like
you're standing like a
squatting
normal
already.
person, it's gonna go all over your legs.
Yeah, it's like you peed yourself. Is basically what everybody says. Unless it's the cone heads. The cone heads said basically concreted in my head that that's how people there were water breaks and it floods the basement.
Yeah.
They put out more liquid than what that was actually in a human body.
Right.
Beldar, I'm enconed.
But the Nina that seemed interrupted. Like they never got an answer in that thing, or did they?
They
realize
They just
roundabout got
assumed
their
that it-
answer.
wasn't her.
Well, they
Yeah,
roundabout
right?
get their answer because she's like, she pulls Charles in. She's like, you catch her murderer. Because she talks about how she wants Bunny there. So she pulls Charles in and says, you catch their murderer and you give me 5 minutes with that motherfucker in an empty room.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
And that's how they nix Nina as like
yeah,
a
Yeah.
suspect.
Because we see in the
someone-
last episode.
because that's a way
there-
for Nina to say she misses Bunny. She wishes,
Yeah,
okay.
because we saw in the
Exactly.
last episode that there was a little bit of hostility. There was a little bit
Yeah,
of
they set it
know,
up for a question mark there, and
Yeah,
they answered it real quick today.
Yeah,
They even set it up more as a question mark because of the conversation you hear her and her boyfriend having before this. Like when
Yeah.
Bunny, like, do you think we did the right
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
Like, Bunny
yeah,
had
Bonnie
to go.
had to go. Yeah, Bunny.
They
Had
want to
Like,
put a
obviously they're talking about nixing her out of the seat as board president or whatever.
yeah, so
But
they can put a
like-
spaceship on top of the Arconia
A space pod.
Yo,
space pod.
I
a
still don't know
glass
what that
blimp.
means.
I know, right?
Right?
It's just
It looked
something.
like a Zeppelin. Yeah, it
Yep,
definitely
a
looked like a
glass
Zeppelin.
blimp.
I think it was just fucking something silly. Just
Which
to-
is weird.
Right.
Is it's the same old building with something on top of it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that idea is because the building's a
Historical monument,
historical
yeah.
building, so they can't change it. So they're just
Yeah.
gonna add on to it.
Add on to it.
Because she
Wouldn't
keeps
that
saying
decrease
she
the
was saying stuff
value?
about monetizing that place in some way.
They want to put a botanical garden on top.
That actually wouldn't be the world's
Terrible
worst,
idea.
like theory for what that thing is.
Yeah, they want to do a communion garden.
Yeah, might be. You never know.
So
A can of vegan tuna
some
and a tennis
artisan
ball
things.
that's wet. It's because I washed it for you.
Tim, did you tell us how you felt about the catacombs? And
I think he did.
okay,
I don't know.
because you asked the question, and then
enjoyed it.
here we are. I don't remember. Yeah,
I
you
enjoyed it. Like it didn't surprise me about having the secret tunnels and stuff like that, given that we
Yeah.
already saw the elevator and stuff.
Yep.
And as
Yeah.
soon as
Well, they even say that there's like secret tunnels in there in the beginning of that last episode.
yeah, I like it's one of those like it wasn't like a shocker or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but I did like that they all went in there and played Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Like I did
Yeah.
enjoy that.
Scooby Doo. Yeah.
So I
Looky.
I really liked that. Unfortunately, here's my issue with Lucy is I feel like Lucy was only involved in this episode to discover or to show that
Yeah.
room, given that she's
Yeah.
been in there several times and all this. Like
Yeah.
she discovered it.
Oh,
playing
most
hide and
definitely.
seek as a
Before.
kid.
Yeah,
She
and so, like,
she was a character that was given. She had a specific purpose to play
Yeah.
in this episode. I don't know if she's going to come back, but she had a specific episode or part to play in this episode, and that was it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and it was fine. It was totally fine. It worked.
Oh, it worked.
I
yeah.
just I kind of enjoyed the Lucy character and the way that Charles interacted, like that whole
Yeah.
whatever, because that
Yep.
that sappy crying scene where they hug and stuff.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
actually really nice. I
Yeah,
liked it.
got me.
That was
It got
really
me.
good.
It landed. You knew it was cheesy. You knew it was coming. You knew it was appropriate, but it just got me. Like
I was kind
Yeah.
of amazed at Steve Martin's not that he couldn't, but I'm not used to him conjuring up that kind of emotional
Right?
response.
right.
So I was
Yeah.
surprised at that.
It
that's
felt
the
like he
thing.
did it without, water or anything. It felt like he did it for
Oh
real.
yeah, no, that was like a genuine
Yeah.
cry. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I-
when he said, I didn't know I had permission, blah, blah, she said no contact. And
You
Lucy
had
said what she
permission.
said. Yeah. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, that's
My
and that's
heart
what I'm
skipped a
saying.
beat.
And I really enjoyed Lucy the way it was interacted and stuff, because she was
Mm-hmm.
it was just good. It was a good scene. I enjoyed it. I felt like it was very appropriate. And I also liked towards the end with Lucy where Charles is like, oh, this is you're the second
time.
person that I'm sitting away in a car that seems to know more than me.
Yeah.
Her
I don't know what that
response-
means, but
yeah.
maybe you should, act on that feeling.
Yeah.
And I thought that was good.
My only, and maybe it's because she's a young teenager, but like it seemed like Lucy's character was all over the place.
It's because she's
That's
a young
why I-
age teenager.
Yeah,
That's why I
teenage girl,
thought
like,
drugs or
she's a
pills or
today teen.
something.
It's called.
yeah, it was like,
it's
you know,
what
her
used
hair
to be
looked kinda
called
nappy.
ADHD. Now it's just called teenagers.
Being
of
young,
today.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Millennials, or no, Gen
Yeah.
X. That's what they are.
Shut
right?
up. No one
Gen
cares.
X?
But yeah, it's very.
know.
Her character is very fast paced for me as well.
Yeah,
All
when
over the
she
place.
was like I say, she was just all over the place between her
Yeah.
conversation with Mabel to like the way she is
Yeah.
with Charles, and like everything kind of in between. I was like, Jesus Christ, can we slow this kid down for
But if
just a
she's
second?
if she's gone through
I was
5
getting
stepfathers,
whiplashed through all,
she's
like,
got.
with all the changes to her.
She's basically
Right.
Thumper from Bambi.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, I guess all that's left is to talk about Jan, or what?
There's not much
We don't
talk
have
about
anything
with
to
Jan.
say about Jan.
Predictions,
She's
people.
literally in the 30 seconds of the last
Predictions.
episode.
I don't know. I don't.
Why
I
would
don't
why
have
would Steve?
much.
Why would she call him that much? Why would
Well, she
she's
said,
obsessed
go
with
there?
him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
feel like
missed
this
you,
is a.
Charles.
I feel like this is a Hannibal Lecter type of
Yeah,
moment. Like
I could see
Yeah.
that.
Hannibal
She
Lecter
knows
was
she
obsessed
wants
with
to help.
Clarice.
what?
Hannibal Lecter was obsessed with Clarice. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
he contacted her so much.
Exactly.
That's why she's a specific character.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like
Lava beans.
literally Jan for right now. It's just like she's so obsessed with him. That's why she called him so much. I'm more interested in what she's going to be able to share with Charles.
Yeah,
that
and
he
I
thinks
don't
that
have a
she's
clue.
going to
And
know.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what does she know that she? I feel like she's gonna try to help him because he's in danger, and that's what Lucy was trying to say. Like, they're coming after you. You need to take this more serious.
Right.
And I feel like Jan's gonna follow up on that.
I've got it.
And that- oh shit.
They're gonna create the bad version of the Justice League.
The League of Supervillains?
There you go. That's what they're doing. So they got Teddy involved, who's a bad guy. They got Theo, who's associated bad guy at least. Then you got this Jane chick, who's a bad chick. And they're going to introduce somebody else, this bad person who's killing
Amy
people.
Schumer's going to end up in the
The
bad,
sneezer.
bad
And
camp for some reason.
They're
The
going to
sneezer,
come
yeah.
together as one superpower villain.
And Martin Short's
Now
gonna
you're
punch
turning
them
him
all in
into
the
Voltron.
face.
I-
But yeah,
I think the only thing that Jan is going to be able to give is this information about the building. I don't know. That's
Yeah, I was just
maybe
she's
I'm really
explored
confused to
enough.
what, because she didn't seem like she lived there any longer than Charles or Oliver did. So like, why would she know more? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what they do with that.
I think it might just be a distraction.
I
it is
would be
episode 5. They got
intrigued.
time to kill.
I would be intrigued. I'm intrigued by Nathan Lane or Teddy because I feel like he's going to be your setup for season 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's what's going to come about from Teddy being reintroduced is that season 3 is going to be kind of sprung off of him somehow.
All right.
How did you feel about that argument between him and his son? That
Very powerful.
Martin
Like,
Short.
Yeah, without getting
Witnessed.
100% of the information,
yeah, 'cause
I
I don't read
felt
sign
it.
language.
Yeah.
right?
And all my subtitles just like kept saying signing.
Yeah, because there was because otherwise they
I
would
could tell at the signing.
I would have got subtitles if we were supposed to know what he was saying because I didn't have them turned on the closed captions.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure. No, I know what you mean. And yeah,
Okay.
you're right. If we were supposed to know, we were supposed to
Yeah.
glean what's being said from Teddy's
So
reaction.
There's more to be explained from that argument, but the whole like theatrical acting performance part of it, I was captivated. I was just like,
Oh, for sure.
when he pushed Teddy into the chair, I was like, good for you, man. It's like fucking-
When he
don't
screamed,
know.
"You're killing me," I
Yeah.
thought that was
yeah,
pretty intense, pretty
was-
poignant.
powerful. Yeah.
But I also look at it as like, it's like, oh, well, I love you. You are my world, you know, and I genuinely believe that. Like, I felt that that was true.
Oh,
And like, it's a parent kind of suffocating him, but in the situation that they're in, what else is he gonna fucking do? Like, the kid killed somebody by accident.
Yeah.
Right.
And like
And then
he
they
helped cover it up. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck do you expect your dad to do but to hover over you and breathe down your neck every moment you're alive from now on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's
you've
just
already
saved
proved
your
that
ass.
like you can run into these problems.
Yeah. I don't know. But as a parent too, like I look at like Wesley, how much I kind of like I'll hug him a lot and things like he's like, Dad, get off me. I'm like, oh fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So I get it. I don't know. So I think I don't know. I thought it was a really good episode. I thought that that Martin Short also watching and stumbling upon that happening and then him taking it in and feeling it, like you could see that he felt bad
Yeah.
for him. And like you're not supposed to feel bad for the bad guy.
Right.
He made his bed, he laid in it, like but
Well,
you do.
and this is the funny thing about Nathan Lane's character. I feel like even though even in the first season he's a bad guy, I don't think he's ever painted that way.
That's true.
Like his character's always been kind of a lighter hearted sort of individual.
He's done bad
and-
things, but he's not portrayed as a bad guy.
He's a guy that's just done bad things. He's not a bad guy.
He's a mob boss.
I'm not saying he's a good guy either.
We were talking about Teddy, right?
Yeah.
Nathan Lane's
Yeah.
character,
When
He's
he's
a mob
pushed
boss.
into a corner, he'll do anything for his son. All that stuff. That speech in the van, season 1,
Yeah.
that explained it all.
Yeah. It did.
So like he'll do, it's just he's capable of so much, but he doesn't
For
want
the
to
right
make the bad
reasons.
choices. Yeah,
He just knows, like
But if
he
he
knows
has
his
to, he
limitations
will.
and where he can be pushed.
But
yeah. But
How
now
much
he's
would
got a
you do for
vengeance
your
to
son?
fuck
So-
Martin
Exactly.
Short.
I think we just see him do things. I don't know. We know that he'll do it now because of what he did for his son, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
Exactly.
we know
We
what
know-
he's
we know
capable
that's
of because
concrete.
of for what
Yeah.
what reasons he has.
Yeah. But if it was somebody else, he probably wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's his
yeah.
son. It's his
It's
son.
got to be the right It's got to be the right motivator.
Yeah.
So,
and
yeah,
that's what I'm
Teddy-
getting at.
Teddy's a nice guy, but I'm worried about Martin Short's booty because he's gonna fuck Martin Short. The choice of word, fuck. I'm going to fuck you, like
Yeah.
not
That
kill,
was what's so, it was
not
so weird.
stab. Yeah, wasn't it? Like
From Nathan Lane, it was just coming from Nathan Lane. The way he did that
Yeah.
monologue was
Yeah. He hit it hard.
It-
He was
yeah.
fuck.
it was
Fuck.
It had,
Yeah,
the
he
word fuck gave it
enunciated
that
it,
comedy relief, but it still had the threat and the
for sure.
But yeah. Yeah. I have to agree with Aaron.
Martin
Just
Short
the way
is
he
like-
did it too. Just
Even Martin Short was just like, really?
gonna
The word
fuck
fuck?
you.
That's you want it?
it's like,
what?
here's Johnny.
Yeah. And the way he capped it off with like that namaste, and you're like, oh wait, it's still Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
So how was prison? Really?
Transformative.
Transformative, actually. Do you know Master Han?
Oh yeah.
I
I don't have to act on my
He
thoughts.
taught me not to act on my thoughts. Like right now, I'd like to wring your neck, but it would ruin my root chakra.
thought that was.
And
was
it's
just
such a
good.
goofy lead into such
Yeah.
a sinister sort of monologue at the end there.
Which I think delivers like the skills that guy has. Nathan,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Nathan Lane,
Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane. Yeah. I
phenomenal
don't know.
actor.
It's it's such a complicated thing to come across on the screen.
And let's be real though, Martin Short had everything coming to him.
Oh, for sure.
Like you don't fucking ask a guy that you sent to prison. How's prison? Just because you feel uncomfortable. Like
Right.
if you just kept your mouth shut. But that's not who he is.
But exactly,
So he
you're not
deserved
surprised by his
everything
character that he asked that. Yeah.
His
deserved-
character is terrified of silence.
He grew
He
up
has
with
that
his
thought.
grandma knocking on the door saying, "Would you like me to rub some Vaseline on the rectal?"
Yeah, if he took too long in the bathroom.
I seriously
I
like,
love that Charles and Mabel both look at him like, and he just sort of like
Yeah, I love their
awkwardly looks
reaction.
down. He's like, oh, okay.
a
just-
shock of disgust and like concern at the same time.
And I
like,
love that they know him so well at this point. They're like, we know better to ask questions.
Yes.
Say anything right now.
Don't get into it
Just-
with him because it'll only lead to
Just
yeah.
give him the fucking we don't have time for this right now. Silent reaction, then move on.
At first, when he started talking, he says, when I spent time in the bathroom for a long time or whatever.
Yeah, when I took too long in the bathroom or something like that.
You knew it was going to turn weird.
Yeah, you knew like he was going to I was masturbating or something like that. And his grandma, you know what my grandma used to say? And they're like, oh, stop whacking or something. That's like the mindset that we knew being young men or whatever, Yeah. No, that took a different direction.
Yeah. Right.
For sure.
So,
I guess that's the key to over diarrhea.
All I thought of in my mind is that episode of Family Guy where Chris is in the bathroom going to the bathroom and his grandfather comes up. He's like, I know what you're doing in there, and so does God, and it's a sin. Yeah. And Chris is like, oh, I'm a sinner. God's a pervert.
Yep. Yep. I know that one.
Oh shit.
What else happened?
I don't know. It was a great episode.
Yeah, a lot more question marks were set up. A few were answered from the last. What's up?
The bit of information that Howard, the cat guy, reveals to
that's his name, Howard. Yeah.
To
Howard
Mabel and the gang, that his black eye came from Nina punching him in the face.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put that's in quotation sort of thing right now because I'm not totally certain I believe it.
Nope.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it in quotations for now that she punched him in the face. Because there was he originally said he got it playing hide and seek with his cat.
Yep.
And then he dropped that bomb this episode. So I don't know whether to believe it or not.
Oh, I freaking missed that because I kept looking at everybody looking at the knife.
It's like, I'm not going to give you.
Point, they're trying to get him out because of the knife in the ceiling. But
I listened to your episode of Tim Kono. I was like, I'm not going to.
Oh yeah, when you
hack his phone. You never guess my password.
You'd never be able to
Let me guess.
my
It's
password.
Evelyn.
No. The look of shock. No.
I don't know.
Again, that whole scene was great, but
yeah.
I'm starting to realize that he's pretty prominent in this season already.
Way more than the first.
He's a prominent background character.
And he keeps coming in and out. In every episode, he keeps coming in and out.
There's focus put on him between talking to them at the memorial, you see him recording the minutes during the meeting, in that flashback. This now, when I think when he reveals the black eye when they confront him or something. That was
at the party.
Them before. Was it at the memorial?
That was the last episode.
Before the memorial.
It was
at the last
before.
episode.
He comes to their apartment before the memorial.
Okay,
yes.
To tell them about the memorial. That's right. They come to tell. He comes to tell them that they're having the memorial, and
that's when you get the first lie about the
black eye playing hide and
cat
seek
punched
with his
him in the face.
And that's why I'm kind of thinking that he might be the killer.
It's a possibility.
Or he's going to be he's going to be a linchpin somehow if he's not
my
the killer.
suspect board is going possible killer. So I have 3 people right now.
Board.
Yep, I have 3 people because this is something I think you asked me, Jason, last episode or something. And I have at least 3 people that I'm putting up on my suspect board, and Howard is one of them, and then Theo is another one.
Theo or Teddy?
No, Theo.
Okay.
Not Nathan Lane, but the son.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't know. The other one, it might be. I don't know. It's not concrete.
It's hard to tell. They got us all twisted on this episode.
You didn't give us a name for that third one.
That's
you just kept bullshitting around it.
Well,
he died quick.
He thinks it's Amy Schumer. He doesn't want to say her name.
I know. That's exactly, you read that right.
It's like he's worried about invoking Voldemort's wrath by saying his
name.
Like
you say
don't say
it might
that
come
name.
to fruition.
Fear the name.
Otherwise, it'll come.
We're gonna get Amy Schumer's dead body next episode. Come on,
this
bring it on.
Well, the thing is, this episode dislodged.
But no one's gonna care. So
Amy
yeah,
Schumer thing. I don't think it's Amy Schumer after seeing that guy or that person.
Right.
That was a total male.
Yeah.
And I don't care how
it was
hard
a
I
walk
hate.
It walked like Howard, or he
Well,
walked
and-
like Howard.
No matter how much I hate Amy Schumer, she's still a woman. No matter how much she doesn't act like one, she still has the woman
A
parts
walk like a
and
woman.
sounds like one. So that sneeze was not feminine.
No,
No, that was a
quite
man
manly.
sneeze.
So
Yeah.
that kind of took her off the board. But yeah, shoot, I don't know.
That's just Tim's dream cat, like third
Yeah.
suspect.
I just want her to go away.
Episode
right now.
4 did
Sting.
a great
I'm
job
gonna put Sting right there.
for.
I
He's
feel like
coming back.
that
Keeping
guy
us
in the guy in the
questioning.
crawl space was too big to be Sting, like too thick.
Yeah, I agree.
He was like this.
Yep, and Sting's not.
You know, Sting doesn't look like that.
I'm
at
saying he was doing that.
all. Oh no, I think even the torso was just too thick in general.
Yeah, that's
He looked like
hot.
he had a gut, and Sting does not.
Yep,
as much as I want him to,
Yeah.
does not.
And that's
have a
why I
gut.
think it's Howard. That's why I was saying
Yeah,
it's
That's what I'm
Howard.
saying.
I'm leaning on Howard, but I just
But
as
they
a
coulda-
wild card, I think that therapist that we haven't seen much from.
Oh yeah,
might
I
be
forgot
enough. Might
about
be
that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that character. We haven't
Yeah.
seen that character this season, right?
No,
No,
I think you
it's-
maybe
Maybe at
In the
Wait,
background,
was he
but
part
he's
of the
sitting down,
board?
right?
He wasn't a
What?
part of the board, right?
he was part of the board.
Yeah.
Oh, then that's the one
So
time that
we might
saw
have.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's the one that's like, oh, Bunny, come on, I'm already drunk. We can do this
Yeah.
business tomorrow or something like that. Yeah, but I mean, I just remember him from like the last season being kind of a pain in the ass because he's like he keeps trying to like drum up business for himself, like the tenants.
Maybe it's his dad. Charles' dad. He's not really dead.
That would be a big twist. I don't think that that's.
I think the
as
walk
far
would have
as
been a
they go.
lot slower. I don't think that.
Yeah, 'cause I think at this point
could
he'd
have
be
been in
90.
a crawl space. Yeah.
Be fucking Burgess Meredith.
He would have been a zombie.
Then it becomes like a horror mystery.
If anybody could pull it off, it'd be these fucking guys.
Right. But yeah, they did a good job adding more question marks to the story, episode 4, and this
Yeah.
is a good spot for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
absolutely. Everything about this episode just landed. Like, it was solid. I giggled. I laughed. Like,
Yeah,
I enjoyed the shit out of it.
it brought the comedy back, which was good. But still,
Yeah.
like it had all that
It
tension.
was
had all
50-50
that, like,
on that
whodunit
shit.
It
on
really
the
was,
comedy,
yeah.
on-
They balanced it really well in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Masters
then, yeah,
of
when
the
I
craft.
saw the prison phone and the glass, I was like, fuck, the episode's over already? Damn it.
Yep.
Right.
Speaking of the ending of the episodes, I never thought that I would be back. That's what Charles said in the set.
Oh,
when he
when
walked
he's
down.
like trying to do the set of Brazos, that's when they bring up the wheelchair.
He's like,
What's that
oh, that's
about?
great. Yeah,
Oh my
let's
God.
move on. Oh,
They just gave you a wheelchair and a little bit of dementia.
never
He was
thought I
so
would be back.
excited. He just, like,
Hey, buddy.
acting on like he was on top
Night,
of the
Liam.
pedestal. He can't hear you.
Yeah, you basically just yelled out of my ears.
Good.
Yep.
You were supposed to say it back, though.
Uncle Tim says goodnight.
You go, Tim? I don't know no fucking Tim.
That's kind of
But yeah, watching Steve Martin on set was funny because he was like on top of the world and then just brought down right away. Like, they had the studio and your murder shit. They got to be
they
prepared
need
to
a way
write
to
you
write
out.
you out in case you go to prison. I'm not going to go to prison.
Yeah.
And
But
then
you know
he was trying to give speeches. Everyone's rolling their eyes like, all right, hurry up.
But you
The
know what's funny
director's
is
trying
it
to
was
just hurry 'em along.
super believable. Super
what?
believable. Like, I believe that the studio
yeah.
would pull that kind of shit.
Oh,
Like,
fuck
Oh,
yeah.
most
it
definitely.
seemed like extremely
yeah.
on point. Like, everything about it.
Did you find it as funny that the word detective was painted across the back of that fucking
did.
wheelchair?
I did. I thought it's like his director's chair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I was like, Jesus Christ, they just really did that.
Maybe this is just me, but when you first get the scene, you get the director who's like
Yeah.
putting the guy that was laying in the gurney, and he's like he's like trying to make the blanket look nice and everything like that over the dead guy in the gurney. And then, you know, fucking Charles comes up and Brazos, and he sits up and starts clapping.
Yeah.
I don't know. A part of me goes, well, why the fuck was he so like meticulous about this blanket? You know, like I would have been pissed at the guy for sitting up and clapping.
Right.
Lay the fuck back down.
I don't know. Just
You're
thought it was a waste
fucking
of
up my
time.
blankie.
Anyway, yeah. So
Yeah.
1 out of 5 stars, gentlemen.
I'm gonna let you guys go first, just to kind of see where you guys go. You gonna
5?
go 5?
Cinco.
I'll give it
Yes.
5.
Yeah.
I
no gripes.
love this
He was
episode.
like, I got no gripes about this episode at all.
And I
No,
and like
not at
Aaron
all.
said, it's well balanced between the drama, the story, and the comedy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like the emotional beats hit pretty well. The
And they
dramatic
added
beats hit
another
really well. Yeah.
fucking new character that came in and out and didn't feel shoehorned, and
Yeah.
like Lucy popped in, popped out, and it felt good, natural choice or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she, it's.
Well, I guess she had a
left
lot
it
of
open enough.
setup, but
They
so we
had
were
enough
ready
left
for her.
that,
but-
sorry.
No, I'm good.
No, I just think they had enough left, like, to where, just like Shirley MacLaine's character, Leonora, I think is her name. Like, those characters can come back in.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not a big deal. Like, you didn't get anything left off. Like, these come in, do something else, and go right back out.
Yeah.
Like,
this isn't
they
like a
slot in and out.
sitcom where
They're
you get
easy
these
little
special guests that you don't know if they're going to come back or not. These are characters that we can assume will be back because the story fits.
They're just
And we
easy
hope they come
pegs that
back.
go
Yeah.
into those spots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's not Tom Selleck and Friends comes back without a mustache and you're like, who the fuck is that guy?
Unnatural.
Unnatural. He always needs a mustache.
Solak?
That's who he is as a
Tim
mustache.
No, you call him
Selleck.
Tim Selleck is what you called him, but it's Tom Selleck.
Called him Tim
Selleck.
Selleck?
You called him Tom Selleck. You interchanged the E and the O in his names.
He's whatever the fuck I'm going to call him, Aram.
He's
He's Tom
He's mustache
Selleck.
He's
man.
called that with
Can't
no
ch-
mustache.
He's Magnum Pie. and you
He's
can't change it.
mustache man. Everybody wants a
Life
mustache,
of
right?
Pi.
Just living on his avocado farm.
So that's all 5, so right? Everybody,
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah, we did that. We got all 5s last time too, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, because I know last season, I'm pretty sure all of them were 5s.
Oh, yeah, we loved it.
Yeah, we
for sure.
absolutely loved it. And this one,
And
they
I
had to
think they
ruin
get
it just a
5 from
little
you,
bit.
As long as Amy Schumer's not in the episode.
Yeah, as long as
they
she
get a 5
stays
from
out
you.
of the picture, it'll be great.
Right.
They can't do us any wrong then. So. All right. Well, that is episode 4. Only Murders in the Building. Hulu original. Go watch it every Tuesday night. Or
Hell yeah.
Tuesdays, I guess. It's,
Tuesdays,
out
whenever the fuck you
Tuesdays.
feel like it.
yeah. Actually,
Yeah,
I think they
think
come
about
out
it.
even earlier, don't they? Sometimes. So, I don't know, streaming. What the fuck is streaming?
Yeah.
I'm used to TV. I'm used to cable. watching.
Right.
Well, whatever. Like what we do in the shadows, that shit doesn't come out till like 5 or 7 at night on
Yeah, but those are still technically on
FX.
regular cable too.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They're not exclusives like only.
Fair
Murders
enough.
is.
Yeah. Julio, I see your point.
You've been schooled, son.
Yeah. Thanks.
Suck it.
Suck it.
And that has
I'm
been
on my way to detention.
B&B Banter Bros goes to the movie. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye. No more Amy Schumer.
Hurt feelings make me laugh.
Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to check us out. Jason, where can we be heard?
I don't know, Tim. Where can we be
Well,
heard?
let me tell you where we can be heard. You can find us on all the other platforms that you find podcasts, like iTunes and Amazon Music,
All them places you find all your favorite and popular podcasts.
Spotify.
That's where I listen to podcasts, and nowadays you can rate your podcast on there. Go ahead and give us 5 stars on Spotify or any other platform you listen to your favorite podcast on.
And Spotify.
If you want to watch us, you can find us on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, give it a share, you got a comment, all the algorithm stuff. It helps.
And if you want to comment on how bad and terrible we are doing or how ugly we look, just send us an email at bnbbanterbros@gmail.com.
And that's AND, you said, between the B's?
AND
Okay.
in between the B. You can also check us out on the multiple social platforms that consume everybody's life, like the YouTube, the Twitch, the Twitter, the TikTokity, and the Instagrammy, including Facebook. So please, come check us out. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.